The topics we discuss are many.
No story too bold to talk about.
Strictly our own opinions.
But they are opinions from people like you.
Welcome to the Naked Podcast.
Oh my god. I have... Okay.
Oh, you can't destroy company property like that.
I'm not destroying company property. It's your DM tech guy, Alan.
Oh yeah, Bo did get his new one. I got it.
Norma.
Oh, it was you, Keelan. Who had an epic battle between hot chocolate and her carpet? It's your girl, NJ.
I got a whole new set of felt tip pins and I feel like a new girl. Hey, it's Keelan.
Hey, look at all my fancy emotes go across the screen. It's me, Ethan.
Get out of here with your emotes.
I just look. So if everybody wonders why I'm not subscribed to your channel, look at all that money I already spent this month.
Oh my god. That's a lot of emotes from different channels.
I get subs. So gifts.
Let's get started with this, guys. Where do y'all want to start? Do y'all want to get down and dirty, or do y'all want to tickle the ivories first?
Down and tickles.
The ivories.
Why not both?
Ease me into it.
Okay.
Dip my toes in.
So, what's up, Vader? All right.
What's up, Vader?
Well, on the 6th of January, some people are calling a historic day. Some people are laughing at the day, and others feared for their life.
Other people had their birthdays on January 6th?
Oh, whose birthday was on January 6th?
Other people.
Other people. So I don't know how, so Amazon kind of went after Parler. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little nervous to be talking on Amazon platform about it. I don't want any bad attention, but
it'll be fine.
So on the 6th, something happened at the Capitol of the United States that is still up in the air. I guess you could call it a mostly peaceful protest. I think it qualifies for that. So there was they said 100,000 people at the Capitol. And they suspect about 1,000 people went into the Chamber of Congress and rioted inside the building. And after that, now we have a whole bunch of backlash coming on every front. And where do we start?
Well,
Alan, you got something to say.
I just want to say, the people who call this a peaceful protest, you clearly don't know what the term peaceful means.
To quote Chris Cuomo on CNN, who said protests have to be peaceful. And it's a mostly peaceful protest. Come on, Alan. That's the terminology. It's been for the whole year.
5 people died.
At whose hands?
The people who were protesting.
No.
Cops died. Even a cop.
One cop died. 2 people killed themselves on accident. One is unknown.
That tells you everything you need to know, right there.
Right, and then there was one's unknown. Nobody knows what happened, and then the other one, the lady, was shot in the neck by Capitol Police.
Okay, that one's the only one that I'm like, it could have been better. I mean, come on. But
and there was supposed to be a gun ban at that time too. So here's the only thing I have to say about the whole thing. I think there should have been a protest. I think there should have been a riot. I don't think the people that were there doing those things were doing it for the right reasons.
I can agree with that.
I'm saying that, okay, here's my take on it. Throughout this whole year, with protests and riots that have occurred, I feel like I've kind of stuck pretty similar to, you don't resort to violence to get your message across. You don't resort to destroying property that's not yours to get your point
Mhm.
across. These people that marched on the Capitol had every right to protest for their belief. Do I agree with it? I don't know. I probably not. Like, just I don't agree why they were there. When they stormed the Capitol building, to me, that's an act of insurrection. Like, they stormed the Capitol, and it seems like they were trying to stage a coup, and it wasn't okay on any front. The fact that there wasn't more security wasn't okay. The fact that they could even do it wasn't okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I mean, I I didn't really agree with the way they went about everything, but if you're going to protest the government for the issues that you have with the government, I think it was better that they protest at the government capital instead of downtown of a city,
Mhm.
seeing as those are the people who a lot of people have issue with on both sides. Like, we can agree. I mean, we had 9 months of people protesting, mostly peaceful protests in the
Mhm.
streets, and they said, I was told that the government was racist, the government was the one holding people back and doing this. So if you look at both sides, I didn't see their issue with protesting at the Capitol itself. And I mean, and technically, the Capitol building is property of the people. I mean, we paid for it. The government doesn't own it. We own the government, more or less. That's how it's supposed to work. So
Mhm.
I saw a meme. It's not the most appropriate thing, but I thought it was funny because it said the raid on the Capitol was just a no-knock warrant on the feds.
That's kind of
And
funny. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you
Best way to
that.
describe it I can think of. That is the best way I could think of doing it. That was literally what they did.
Mhm.
And you had maybe a handful of people force their way in, but the rest of them, they came in and they were respectful why they were in there.
They stayed
And
behind the red ropes.
the people who weren't respectful, who were stealing things and doing
Mhm.
stuff, for what I know, they have been arrested or identified and are on the lookout from the FBI. So I think
Over 90
I think they
people have been
handled that
arrested.
right. But everything else that's going into it, the impeachment and the phrasing they're using, the term they literally said, a quote was, "We need to cleanse the country of this ideology," which can only lead bad. Like,
Mhm.
that last time that was said, things turned very bad, right?
Mhm.
So I don't the government cracking down or coming back at people over this, like calling it sedition or all of that, can get very dicey because they were supported by a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And a lot of people are angry, a lot of people are upset. They didn't set the Capitol on fire. They didn't do I mean, the property damage is probably less than 10,000, honestly, compared to some of what we've seen this year or
Mhm.
last year. So I don't know where to fall. Like, yeah, they didn't go about it right, but at the same time, I hope they got the picture. Like, I hope they understand that people are not
Mhm.
happy with what you're doing.
Mhm.
There is a reason people are doing this, and attacking and banning and going about it the way they are going, like, is only going to make it worse.
Mhm. Hey, real quick
So
for
I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about in terms of, you know, a few bad eggs, right? Doesn't mean
Mhm.
the whole hen house is bad, right?
Yeah.
We saw that with the protests and riots earlier in 2020. There are some people who took it too far and destroyed property, hurt other people, etc. It takes away from the message. So, these people are there protesting, wanting a fair election. They suspect election fraud. They want to have a solution. They want to be heard. They feel like their side wasn't heard enough, which is fine. I get that. I understand that. If there's a problem, like Ethan said before, let's crack it open. The problem is that, like those other protests, when you have the few bad eggs, it diminishes your message. And it obviously diminished their message that, from January 6th. It didn't stop the election results from being certified.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't stop anything. Only 6 senators objected to it.
And so now those senators are being targeted by other members of Congress. So do you think that is a good course of action? Is that going to help the situation peacefully, or is that just going to inflame?
I think it could inflame, but at the same token, when you have somebody who is saying, who has like years, literally years, even before President Trump took office, of condoning bad behavior, like what happened in Charlottesville, whatever side that you lean on, there's very fine people on both sides when it's literally Nazis and Antifa, like they're both shitty. Number one, stand back and stand by. I'll never concede or surrender something that is stolen. Literally moments before that protest happened, it's just, it creates an incitement of hatred and violence, which it turned into. It turned into that. So,
Well,
if it's Parler, Parler being taken off of Amazon's web hosting service, that's completely up to Amazon. And if I'm not mistaken, Republicans made certain that that was legal when that whole bakery issue happened.
Well, so I love that, because that's the thing that's been going around. So, I mean, comparing a bakery to a tech is one thing, but in the instance, so the bakery, how many other bakeries could you go to? 100, you know what I mean? Like there was that option. But Twitter, right? So most of this, what they consider incitement, was on Twitter. Well, so you say, hey, we're a private company, you can't use our service, go make your own. Sweet, we will. Parler. Well, okay, you made your own, but now you can't use it. So now you can't use our internet. You have to make your own. So like everything they're doing to Parler is just a step up to, you say, yeah, I can compare it to a bakery. Bakery was a free enterprise, but it was also a small business. Like we can't compare a small business in the precedent in the to a major corporation that they're not allowing. Like Gab has been banned from servers, everything else. They're building their own servers. And it's like, so that alone, if you're blocking people out and forcing them to create their own infrastructure, then are you really a free platform? You know what I mean? Like there's not any competition for you.
Well,
Like,
I can kind of agree
with the snap of the finger, big tech erased Parler overnight. Is that a world you want to live in?
Go for it, babe. Sorry.
I've been trying to get a word in. It's okay. Honestly, this is why like Amazon Web Services, Azure, Google Cloud, they have their own set of rules and standards for every website that they host on their services. And I'm totally fine for that, because they get to choose who they can keep and who they can fire. I'm working from an IT background. I understand why they kicked them off, because if they're keeping Parler on their services, and every other company that uses Amazon Web Services is like, well, if you're going to keep them and they're inciting hatred, why do we want to use you?
But they weren't. Parler wasn't inciting hatred. Parler has done so. Parler themselves.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nothing. The hatred that was incited was actually on Twitter itself.
But all the plans came from Parler, though.
Yes, but Parler does follow broadcast standards. So you can't have porn on Parler. Like Parler has stricter standards than Twitter does. And so I know a lot of conservatives are coming from the aspect of, yeah, Twitter's a private company, but they are publicly traded. So are they a private company or are they a public company, for one? And then two, if I can't go use another service to hear updates from the president, then what, you know what I mean? Like that becomes an issue, because now you're preventing me from hearing what the president has to say, if it's right or wrong. I still need to hear it. Because if it's wrong, I need to be able to hear and say, no, he's wrong. We need to do something to fix this. But if he's right, I should also be able to say, hey, he's right. He has a good idea.
Mhm.
We're blocking that exchange of ideas right now. So you're only going to hear what you want to hear.
Mhm.
And
I mean-
again, if we come
Mhm.
back to private business can do whatever they want like this, then why can't small businesses reopen right now? Say, fuck the government, fuck the regulations, and reopen because they are a private business.
Okay, so when you put it in that way, I mean, it's different. You know, we're right now all small businesses are closed, and in my own personal opinion, I think that some major businesses should be closed as well, because we're trying to protect everyone else from getting COVID. You know, there are people who aren't following regulations, who aren't following guidelines, and companies are at their wits' end to try to do anything about that. You know, that's a completely different issue. But as far as for tech companies, I mean, all four of us know what we can, cannot, should, and should not post on the internet, right? If the president of the elected president of the United States wants to continue to share what he has to say on those platforms, he should take that into consideration. He's not above the law or above any other organization's rules. That's
So,
my personal
no,
opinion.
we agree with you, but at the
Mhm.
same time, by Twitter's standards that they have set,
Mhm.
he did not break their terms of service. Now, he danced on the line, and
Mhm.
that's what upset them. And he never outright called. He did call when his messages said, go home in peace. They weren't, they, you might interpret it different, but at the same time, can you ban somebody for the way you interpret it or for what they said?
But what about all the other tweets
That's a good
about
point.
inciting people to go to the Capitol? Sorry for cutting you off,
He
NJ.
said, come down to the Capitol for the protest. It's going to be wild. That's what he said.
Mhm.
Now, he never said, come down to the Capitol and burn it. What people do is what people are going to do. I mean, just like how Black
But as
Lives
a
Matter
leader,
had
you
a
have to
good.
be careful. As a
But hold
leader, you
on.
have to be careful what
Yeah,
you're
I
saying.
totally agree. I'm with you. But just, let's say like New York, what Governor Cuomo today said, we can no longer have this shut down. Small businesses need to reopen, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
out of all the comments he have said, the things that he did, like I know we're not going to go too deep, but his attacks on the Jewish people in New York because of their refusal to follow his COVID directives, like
Mhm.
he has caused more hate and anger and fear than Trump did in that situation. You know what I mean? Like he's actually persecuted people online, on Twitter, on other things, and they've done nothing. But now you have the president who danced on the line. Yeah, he was wrong in what he did. We can all agree.
Mhm.
The way they worded things, he should have been an adult. He's been a pouty child since the election.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's the doubled standard that is going to inflame everything worse because you have people saying, I'm not heard. My voice is, you tell me my voice is nothing. And then on the flip side, well, you need to listen and just do what we told. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, people are just going to fight back. And I think that's the point where it's gotten that they've pushed people that they feel they have to fight back.
Well, people have been.
I can
Yeah.
understand that, but I think that at the same token, when we talk about dialogue and exchange of ideas, when you have this, let's take it to the protest that happened last summer. You have a president that says law and order, we're going to have all this, blah, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. And then his message to people that are there for him and the cause or whatever his ideals are is, we are the party of law and order. Go home in peace. That to me is super divisive and saying it completing this idea, it's a us versus them mentality, when really in actuality it's an American problem. Like this impacts all of us. If it's fraud, then we need to look into it, because this impacts every single American, that's here. It's not a one side versus this side, and that
Mhm.
in itself is
Mhm.
an issue with Donald Trump. Now, to your point, talking about the double standard, Yeah, I mean, that's unfair. If you have, Governor Kumio making these persecutions and outing people in different ways, that in itself is an act of inciting violence, and it does need to be reprimanded.
Did you
It
see
doesn't.
the tweet that the People for Bernie's personal campaign account put up?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't remember the exact quote, but it said lines have been drawn, sides have been picked. If you participated at the Capitol, you're on the wrong side, kind of like concept.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you consider that inciting violence or divisive? But that's, you know what I mean? Like that's dancing on the
Yeah,
line too.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to hold on a second, Alan. I'm sorry.
that's fine.
I think it's kind of hard to distinguish that because on one
Yeah.
hand, people, oh, thanks, Snicker,
I
the
know. Sorry.
2 months been on a streak. The party has arrived, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to what I was talking about, it's what happened at the Capitol and people storming inside. I cannot get behind that message, and I can't stand for that. Like what they did was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I can
and
say I wasn't there. Like I didn't go support it. I stayed out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
I stayed out of it. I don't agree with what they did. I don't really agree with their message, but I'm not going to infringe on the right to speak about what they believe.
yeah.
And I think that's a careful distinction that we all have to make.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that big tech has handled the situation very well.
Mhm.
Going
it's
after
inflamed it more.
going after Parler was just kind of like, if you haven't used Parler's a little harder than Twitter to use, but it's still like it's like cable TV. That's what it feels like. It's all, I mean, there's been a lot of people that aren't allowed on Twitter anymore there, but really they're in their own little world, you know? It's like no matter what you do, how you try to ban these people, they're gonna find a way to get their message out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Alex Jones' network is more profitable now. Like he was bigger when he was out there, but their money was going to like YouTube and Twitter and all that. So when they banned him, he kind of brought everything in house. He does everything on his own, and he's still thriving. You know, like it's gonna happen. So wouldn't you rather it happen where it's visible to everybody?
I can't say for sure or not. I
Yeah.
think I need to think a little bit more on that. I think
Mhm.
there's a couple of different lines for me, but I think I think about it more before I answer
Yeah.
that directly.
So far, I think Trump's been banned from every major platform: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. The PGA has pulled all PGA courses from
Yep.
him.
They moved all his
His-
championships too.
Yeah, Reddit officially shut down his Reddit subreddit. They also shut down all his shopping stores, and they're no longer processing payments from his campaign. The credit card companies.
One other thing
So-
to add to things that are being shut down, his campaign manager handed Trump his Twitter account to use, and they banned that too. Any account that it seems that he was trying to use to try to tweet
Except for
out
POTUS
about,
account, I think.
yeah.
No, they did. They banned they suspended the POTUS account until after he's out of
Until after
office,
the inauguration.
which
Yeah.
I think right there should be like that out of all of this should be the most obscene and outrageous, because that is an official government account. Like that has to go, through the aides. Like that has to be approved before messages get posted there, more or less, right?
Mhm.
So
But-
that's an official government statement that Twitter has censored.
But the
Well, I
government
think
doesn't own
what's-
Twitter.
But-
Oh, go ahead.
The
But that
government
doesn't
doesn't own
matter.
the government doesn't
You're-
own Twitter. They're trying to
Just
Mhm.
because the government doesn't own it or doesn't own Twitter doesn't mean Twitter has the right to censor them. It's literally in our Bill of Rights. You have the right to speak, and they did not break any laws.
Mhm.
Twitter has no right to ban a government account like that and
But-
get away with it 100% scot free. Like if you want to ban the government accounts, that's totally fine, but you're going to lose government protection. Like, I think you should at that point.
So
Because you're now saying, I know better than the government.
Mhm.
So why should the government protect you?
what Twitter is trying to do is they're trying to limit exactly how much, I guess, incitement of violence that Trump could
But they're
cause.
that's just a lame excuse. Like on Twitter's part, they were not inciting any violence on that statement that he posted on the POTUS account. We're talking about that account alone.
hmm
He posted a message to the American people about an update on a situation that everybody wanted to know something on. There was no call to arms. Like, you could say it was offensive to Twitter. That would be the only thing about it. And so at that point, if Twitter can control what the government's saying, why should the government protect Twitter?
But what Twitter's trying to alleviate right now is the possibility of a lawsuit. That's what they're open to right now, because the people, the officers who died, their families could potentially sue Twitter for allowing him to continue to try to engage and bring
exactly
people
what
in.
Section 230 protects them from.
Mm-hmm.
Is any
So-
lawsuits about anything that their users do on their platform?
So then again,
let's go ahead and
Yeah.
let's go ahead and move on from this and talk about what Democrats are trying to do with the impeachment.
Mm-hmm.
So personal opinion, I think it's a load of shit. 9
Yeah.
days left in office. Or
Oh, you're cutting out there.
Yeah, we lost you.
Yeah.
oh, can
Yeah.
you
Now
hear
we
me
can.
now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm saying the Democrats are trying to make a move to impeach Trump out of office, right? And they're
Mhm.
going to die on this hill, which personally I don't agree with. Like, there's bigger fish to fry. We have vaccinations that need to be delivered out.
Mm-hmm.
We have, civil unrest. We have, possible election fraud. We have all this other shit that we need to focus on, and targeting Donald Trump just because Donald Trump is something that we've all agreed on is an asshole and he's being a little pouty child is just the icing on the cake for me with the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why waste your time on this? Like, everything I've read and seen about, this move, like, you're like, oh, well, it's the principle. It's literally 9 days until he's out of office. Just let it run its course and let's get to fixing the country, because this past year has completely torn us apart.
Okay.
So
That's where I stand with this.
on that,
impeachment.
did you see the ultimatum they gave Pence about the impeachment?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do it, then they're just gonna go through the House. But they still have a Senate controlled Republican Party until,
Well,
later
until
on,
Pence is
so
out of
it's like-
office, because
Mm-hmm.
the tiebreaker until Kamala Harris becomes a tiebreaker,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
really scary. I don't know. So, did y'all see anything about that speech, Joe Biden's speech I sent the other day?
No, I didn't get a chance
I haven't
to.
looked at it.
Okay,
I've heard
per-
snips.
yeah. So, what do y'all think on them deciding who gets the vaccine by going by race and gender, and then other classifications?
Well, scientifically, like, and just like looking at statistics, like poor people, older people, who live in certain areas that are maybe higher impact, they are maybe statistically more likely to receive it. So I can kind of see it from that point of view. But at the same time, like, I think it needs to be widely available for anybody
So,
who needs the vaccine.
I think I agree with you on that we should do it by hospital workers, elderly, then
Mhm.
lower income up. Not, when it doesn't matter. I think we should look at income, or their where they are in life, not who they are
Mhm.
or what color their skin is. I think that's the government being a little, bringing race into a matter that doesn't need race in it. Like, if you're a hospital worker or you're an elderly, I don't care what color, where you're from, whatever, you should be first in line.
Mm-hmm.
What? 2 months? Scary
Damn.
NAFTA.
Dang.
Thank you for that
Dang,
sub.
Gary.
2 months, man.
You're the best, Gary. You're better than Snickerbass. Don't tell him I said that.
He probably heard you. Quick, click
know.
it, clip it and send it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can you change the topic on the screen?
Oh,
we didn't have one for
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
impeachment. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Sorry. But no, I think we're all on the same page. I just think if they try to force the impeachment through, I think that's just going to be like a call to arms for some people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Well-
gonna further exacerbate this issue. Like
All
way
it's
more.
doing is wasting money. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you wasting more money? It just doesn't make sense. Your impeachments didn't work. Let it go. Focus on what's going to be brought into office.
If we really want to talk about people jeopardizing the Capitol, what about the Nancy Pelosi bringing in a congressman who tested positive just so that she had enough votes to be speaker?
I thought they didn't
about
know.
that.
Okay, so I know a little bit about this because I watched today's Philip DeFranco. He's finally back. They didn't find out they tested positive till after. They knew that they may have been exposed, but they didn't know until afterwards.
That's right there. They've been telling us the whole time, if you've been possibly exposed, automatically go into a 14-day quarantine and get tested, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. That's really shitty.
So isn't them doing that endangering everybody in Congress if the virus is as deadly as they claim? You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that's like the thoughts and things that people are seeing, and then you're asking them to believe you and trust you, and it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That wasn't okay.
Speaking
I didn't know about
of
that.
believing in trust, do you guys remember a guy from RoosterTeeth by the name of Ryan Haywood?
Your favorite
Fuck Ryan
YouTuber?
Haywood.
Fuck Ryan Haywood, not my favorite.
I
So
know, I've watched a little bit on him.
okay, so I have a major update to the whole Ryan Haywood child groomer story.
Wait, can you give us a recap? Can
So
you give us a recap?
yes, absolutely.
He's
so
Pedo Bear.
essentially, so quick recap for those who don't know, Ryan Haywood used to be a personality of Rooster Teeth's Achievement Hunter, which was a gaming segment for the company. Over the fall, between August and September, it was found out that at first it was leaked. There were leaked photos of him, like of his body with some of his chin. And as it kind of unraveled, it turned into he's sleeping with fans situation. But it's not fans over the age of 18. It's fans between the ages of 17 and 22. So it became this whole child grooming thing where
Probably
he
grooming younger.
specifically grooming the younger ones. Even going as far as to ask if they were virgins. It's gotten way worse, and it's disgusting. But
So there was one thing that popped up. I was curious about the ladies, what y'all's take was. So he was accused of removing the condom mid-sex without without telling the woman.
that's one.
I
mean,
agreed.
I have to agree with that.
100%.
So pissed.
So that was another thing that came out during it, and one girl actually came forth and posted a whole bunch of screenshots and got a lot of hate from these people who were dedicated to supporting this man. Like, why are you supporting him? I digress. Several girls and women came out, reached out to Rooster Teeth directly to deal with it, and Rooster Teeth eliminated themselves from the situation by firing him completely and taking a 2-week hiatus of all streaming schedules and content release schedules just to make sure that, everything was purged. A lot of people who worked with him directly at Achievement Hunter even spoke out and said, fuck him. Don't interact with him. Why are you backing him? Well, fast forward to December. Around between the last 2 weeks of December He sends out a mass message to everyone who was following him and sub to him, thanking him for their support in this trying time, how he's got a job, he's going to therapy, he's trying to work on his marriage, and hopefully he'll come back to Twitch soon, which is something I cannot agree with at all. If he's a manipulator, if he is a borderline child predator, because he's going after these girls who are underage, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with him coming back to Twitch at all. And every person who's ever watched his videos or even worked with him are demanding that Twitch ban him and remove his account, which is something I can kind of agree with. But
Dang,
He's using his
CJ coming
platform.
in.
damn. Yeah. Oh, it was on January
Yeah.
3rd. He sent
Didn't
yeah
have that-
on
So,
Jack's
I mean-
birthday.
That's really like the definition of the double standard. You have
Mhm.
a guy who people have said he's a child molester, and they're still going to let him back on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Twitch is refusing
This
to
is
even get
platform to
involved
groom
at right now.
children.
Yeah, exactly.
But right there, Twitch is refusing to get involved, but they'll lower the ban hammer on other people for minor offenses. And
Dude.
like
and that needs to be fixed.
Mhm.
yeah,
They
that,
need to ban him.
they should, like, that should be step one.
This is his breeding ground to find out exactly who he needs to target. I do not agree with it. This man should not be in any entertainment platform, period. Also, what's up, Anthem? But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Just be, we know that
I
Twitch
think-
is kind of a toxic community and it's night and day, but what do you guys think?
I love Twitch. I think Twitch is great. You people are awesome. Don't listen to Alan. But honestly, I think it needs to be taken out back behind the woodshed, you know?
Oh,
Let's just solve the problem.
mhm.
What do you guys
Especially
think
if
in
it's-
chat?
Especially if it's been proven that he's, taking children from this platform, then he shouldn't be allowed back on it.
Mhm.
I'm so pissed.
100%.
I am
And I
too.
think like a lot I saw on Twitter when I posted the Naked Pod tweet about like what we're going to talk about. I was looking through the tags that that they tagged his name in, and so many people are pissed off and they're adding Twitch and being like, Twitch, you need to ban him. Twitch, you need to ban him. When there's like a lot of controversy at Twitch, like Twitch, did that. They removed that PogChamp emo when they maybe could do it to use another person's face or whatever the case may be. When
Mhm.
you have an actual real life child predator on your platform, that's a problem. When you have a scummy guy who potentially could spread an STI by removing his condom or impregnate somebody against their consent, then I mean, I guess it's always a chance, right? Condom or not, but still, like that in itself is a crime. Like, should be a crime if it's not.
Mhm.
So real quick, just before we go on, they did replace the Pogo chant,
PogChamp,
and they're doing a
they?
daily, or PogChamp. Yeah, they're doing it daily with a different person's face every day.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, good job, Twitch.
Some people say it's awesome. Some people say, "How dare you stand where he stood?" But to each their own.
Hopefully those
Yeah.
shit posters.
Anthem says, I don't know how to get Twitch to ban him. Don't know why he hasn't been yet, to be honest. I don't know how Twitch works.
Dude, neither do we. I mean, sometimes it makes me wonder because over the summer, Dr. Disrespect was banned, and we still don't know why. Other people have been banned for
wanted
less.
to get rid of him.
I mean-
he kind of came out and said it. He alluded that they kind of pretty much just found a reason to get rid of him.
Scary says he got banned. Scary killed a man. He should lay low for a while.
Scary is our brick. Just so you know, Scary Brick's my favorite character from Anchorman, and you are our Brick.
I love Brick. Brick is great.
I love Lamp.
I love Lamp. No, but to end the topic, everyone at Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth have already come out and said fuck him a second time. I don't know what it takes at this point.
See, but that's the whole thing that like nowadays, if somebody needs to do something about him, right?
Mhm.
Like if you can get your entire life destroyed over making
A tweet.
alluding in a tweet, but this guy can molest children and still have a fully functional online career. That I think that's wrong, and that's just
Mhm.
dirty.
That is wrong.
Or
And it is
canceling
dirty.
somebody for a tweet that they had 10 years ago and that they've grown and they become a better person.
I mean,
Just
that's
saying.
different.
Like
right?
the whole Kevin Hart thing when he got canceled for making a joke in a stand-up. You know what I mean? Like it was a joke in a stand-up, guys. Come on.
Mhm.
Getcha.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah. I showed my therapist his subtexting and they thought his 3 therapist thing didn't make sense. What was that about?
Yeah, why would you need 3 therapists? I think
Oh,
that's just counterintuitive.
I'm not gonna read the email that he sent, but he did state that he was
Alan received the email.
I didn't receive the email. As soon as I found out, I unfollowed and I blocked him on Twitch. But I mean, I know the man's never gonna come and look at my stream, but I don't want him there anyway. I don't deal with trash.
I hope he shows up in your stream now.
Oh, I hope he does. I'll tell him about him real fucking quick. So in the email, he said he got a job and he was using the funds from his job to pay for 3 therapists to deal with what he did. But he still didn't apologize. And even then, his apology would be a crock of shit. People aren't allowed to have more than 1 therapist unless special circumstances.
No, Scary. You're on our team. We're a 4-person. You, Peach, me, and Extreme. We're gonna have a street brawl with other streamers in the square. Come on, we're gonna film it. We're gonna live stream it all. You might kill a man.
Make sure to bring a grenade and a trident.
Wait, I just have one thing to say. Como están, bitches?
Wait, okay, yeah, that's from the first one, right? The second one is my favorite because they bring in ESPN, which is Will Smith. And, no, that's Kanye. Will Smith is one. Like, I will literally watch Anchorman 2, fast forward to the fight scene, and then stop watching it.
Anchorman 2 is not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Sure.
But anyway. Yeah, I ain't got much to say on this guy except he needs his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, one of those stories about how you hear that a guy beat the guy, you know, molesting his daughter to death. That's what needed to happen to this guy.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I feel that it was half Ryan just reacting to Jack calling him a monster, as if that's what Ryan cared about. The birthday post timing is too much. Yeah, no. He did that as a fuck you. So, Jack Patillo is one of the 2 original creating people of Achievement Hunter. It was him and Jeff Ramsey who created Rooster Teeth. So I'm pretty certain that was a big fuck you because a couple days
who's
before.
red and who's blue?
What are you talking about?
I thought Rooster Teeth created red and blue. Red versus blue.
Oh yeah, they did. Fuck, I don't remember if Jack was a voice in Red and Blue.
All I know about Rooster Teeth.
They have some other good shit. Camp is my favorite, but Ruby is on point. Yeah, Jack and Jeff made Achievement Hunter.
Geoff.
No, it's Jeff.
I always see Geoff in my head. I thought I was the only one. Thank you.
No, it's Jeff. Or Jeffa if you want to get fancy, but
Okay, so real quick before we wrap up all this, I got one question for y'all that I want to throw out to the viewers. Did y'all see the Twitter trending that Nancy loves Trump?
I didn't.
No? Okay. So it was funny that people started making up little stories about how it's like, I saw him down the hall today. I got a whiff of his cologne. Right? And it was just
like fanfic. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Ew.
So anyone makes a Nancy Pelosi
God
love
damn.
letter to Trump, I will read it because that was fucking hilarious. Everything that was going on Twitter earlier.
Oh, hold on. I got this. I got this.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I saw him walking down the hall today. I stole a piece of hair from his toupee. It's definitely fake. That's all I got.
No,
I saw Crazy Evie loves cook. Aw.
Oh.
I
Aw.
tried to
That one
start that
trending.
hashtag, but nobody else would pass it on.
Oh,
Not even Extreme Cook.
damn.
All right. Well, fun things, some things that were trending on our social media over the past couple of days was Texas got some snow, y'all.
What? And not only did the majority of East Texas, Dallas, and Houston, or not Houston, Austin got
Mhm.
snow, San Antonio got flurries, and that was it.
Yeah. Saw a little
I was
bit of
gonna
sun. That
say-
was it.
I'm gonna post the pictures of the snow in real life moments if you want to link it.
So the memes that have come out of this are hilarious. My favorite being the one where Squidward's staring out a window and SpongeBob and Patrick are running, and it's like SpongeBob and Patrick are Texans with snow, and San Antonio is Squidward just staring out the window in envy.
I love that
So-
one.
I remember that
in
one.
Discord,
I shared
I
that
posted
one.
the picture of the snow at our house.
Give me a. Can you send that to me over Facebook? So I can use it. I can't. I can't pull it from Discord, or else it screws everything else up.
Oh,
Yeah.
give me a second.
All right.
Oh, I think we had sent it in Thundercunts.
I did, but I'll send it in the other one. It's fine.
Oh, Extreme says sorry. He was fonduing. It's all good, birthday boy. You do you.
Oh, you better stick around, Extreme. We're gonna sing you happy birthday.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're gonna sing in Spanish, right, Alan?
Estas son las
What Alan
mañanitas.
said.
All I know
I-
is Feliz.
Feliz Navidad.
Da-da-da-da-da. Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Wow.
No, I actually don't know the full lyrics to that song. That's all I know. Not the
We're
Feliz
gonna do
Navidad song. The
Happy birthday from
From
all of us to you.
you.
Happy birthday. We hope that it is good. I forgot the rest.
As you could tell, Crazy's had a few shiners.
So, TGF Fridays closed down by my house, and I'm so sad now. Damn you, COVID.
I was a
Um,
thing.
TGI Fridays
I-
over here?
Yeah, the closest one to us closed down. That's what I'm saying.
The one at North Star, like near
Yeah.
North Star.
Yeah, the one
fuck
on
that place.
281 and 14. Yeah, it closed down.
I had
Scary.
a bad
happened?
experience there 10 years ago and never went back.
Apparently, I'm disappointing Scary. Scary, I'm sorry.
Welcome to the game, Scary.
Welcome to my life.
No. But y'all,
What
I
are we
was
waiting on? Are we gonna? Oh yeah, there you go. Sorry, I interrupted you. My bad.
I was really excited to see like all the snow pictures from like my family back in East Texas.
Mhm.
And it was even cooler to see one of my friends. They pulled out their four-wheeler, got the inner tube, attached it, threw the kids in the inner tube, and just started doing donuts in their yard.
That's cool.
I gotta give it to Texans, honestly. Like even during like natural disasters like a hurricane, you saw people out there in their boats, in their four-wheelers, like helping other people. Like, we may not know what to do in snow, but we'll come together as a community and help each other out. And if we just have redneck fun, like let's just redneck fun. It's okay.
Speaking about
They would
community,
definitely-
Speaking about community, Anthemano, thank you for that follow. Welcome to the channel. Make sure to join our Discord for some good stuff and
Do
funs.
anthem. And to see Keelan's memes about the snow in our meme vault channel.
Yeah.
But no, they were actually really coming together as a community because unfortunately the electric company in that area was not prepared. So there are a lot of people without power right now. Thankfully, a lot of them had other friends or families that they could go to. I saw one person reaching out saying, hey, if you're, a new mom and you have breast milk, in your fridge and it's going to spoil, you can come over here. I've got room in my freezer so we can make sure that doesn't expire.
I
It
mean,
really was heartwarming to see them come
it might be
together
a
like
stupid question, but can't you just go put it in the snow?
God dang
Maybe
it.
if you live north, but like
it's not going to stick.
it's not gonna stay.
You know, just
Texas
like a
weather,
beer,
it's
just
cold
shoot
one day and hot
right
the
in the.
next. You don't need a cooler, just use the snow.
Put it in the
Oh
snow.
my God.
Well, scary. Yeah, we never get snow. So, and I've seen real snow. Like I've been in it where snow was like 6 foot tall on each side of the road. But we never get anything that fun here.
I've been in New
Up until
Mexico.
about 2 years ago, I only had seen Texas snow, and that's when we visited the mountains, and I got to see real snow. It wasn't a lot, but it was scary.
When you're driving
one
down the
time in
road and you see cars on
2017
the side, flipped and all this shit. Yeah.
Ew.
that probably would be me. When we had snow in like 2017, like actual snow, we had got like 3 inches of snow. Like it was crazy. It looked like you were going through like warp speed driving, like the snow flurries coming at you, and it totally tripped me out. Like,
Dude,
you're
my
a
work,
Texan one.
my work was such a bitch about that. They're like, well, it doesn't seem to be coming down too bad. And then it got too bad to drive home. Everybody's like, well, now you can go home. And you can come in tomorrow if you want to.
No, I'm not. If I live till tomorrow, I'm not coming in.
This is where
That's what I'm waiting for.
This is where I would go, nah, you called me out here, you're gonna pay me the rest of the day while I wait. You're
Right.
charging asshole tax.
I'm waiting for San Antonio to shut down the bridges like they do every year, all the highways. Because so if you're not in San Antonio, like our whole city is off highways, the whole city. So when they shut down the highways, they shut down the city. Like no ifs, ands, or buts.
I think some roads did close down because I know my grandpa was getting ready to drive up there and he had to wait for some roads to open. So I don't know where the roads were closed, but some were.
Well, hopefully, I mean, you gotta keep in mind safe transportation.
Yeah.
So I have some news for you guys. So you guys remember a couple years ago, Boeing had a lawsuit for, was it their 727s, Peach?
757 max. 757 max.
757.
Yeah.
Okay. So they literally just settled their lawsuit for that incident that happened. And then news broke, I believe it was Thursday. What was it? I'll tell you exact date.
Bye, Scary.
Yesterday. Bye, Scary. See ya.
Have a good night.
Have my babies.
A plane from Sriwijaya Air, it disappeared off the radars like minutes after launch, and they actually had a diving crew go into, because it's right off of like the coast. They had a diving crew find some wreckage parts, and they found some body parts as well. And this is also a Boeing. So no information is known of like why the plane crashed, but literally it departed at 2:36. They lost contact at 2:40. It's presumed the plane crashed shortly after that, which is scary. 62 people were aboard that flight. No survivors have been found, and it wasn't even in the air that long. That particular plane was 26 years old.
Oh wow.
So I think it's just like really bad. I mean, it's always bad timing for a plane crash, but it's especially bad timing for Boeing, where anybody who works or does business with Boeing, is like, they just settled this lawsuit and then one of their planes crashed. So I think they're going to be heavily scrutinized over the next couple of weeks.
Ban them.
Honestly,
They incited violence.
Ban them. Honestly, how does Boeing expect for anyone to take them seriously when they say that they want to beat SpaceX to Mars? I mean,
Oh, nobody's beating SpaceX to Mars. That's like, you know,
Mm-mm.
yeah, that's stupid to say because they're the only ones that have been working towards it.
mm-hmm,
And as I remember, Elon just became the world's richest man on
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He
paper.
did.
So
He did.
Mhm.
He
that we
passed
know
Jeff
of.
Bezos.
Yeah.
Jeff
It was
Voldemort
funny
Bezos. Yeah.
when they said it, when they announced it, they go, yeah, he is, well, except for all the people who paid not to be on the list. But it's just
Question:
like,
How
how
did
could you beat
how
them?
did Elon Musk like get his wealth? Like,
PayPal. He invented
did
PayPal.
he
Mhm.
He wrote the code for PayPal.
was
And then he
Really?
sold
that
it.
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah,
I
that's how he
didn't-
got his wealth.
Hmm.
He was just bald when he did it.
Mhm. And then he got rich enough to grow hair
Every-
out. just how Jeff Bezos, like 10 years ago, he just owned a bookstore and he looked like kind of old. Jeff Bezos made enough money to look younger and meaner.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
what
he turned all his PayPal money into a lot of money, and now he owns SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, plus
his own AI,
yeah,
Mhm.
multiple.
yeah. No, what is their AI? I forgot their AI's name.
Oh,
But
shoot, I
yeah, he
forgot.
doesn't really focus on AI. He focuses more on the integration. So
Oh, he
you
has
know,
he has this really intricate tinfoil hat theory where if we develop AI without any limitations, then we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot, like Matrix style.
well, yeah, well, it's not really a theory. What their whole point is the neural net, so that more or less, so your brain thinks like you have your subconscious and your regular conscious. Well,
Mhm.
they would add another layer onto that of your thought processing, and AI would help you process your thoughts and store information
Mhm. Oh,
with a neural net.
I did a quick Google search. The AI is called DeepMind, kind of like from
Yeah, that's
Hitchhiker's
what I
Guide to the
thought.
Galaxy,
Yeah,
or it's similar. DeepMind, Deep Thought.
I wanted to say Blue Mind, but I was like, no, that's Blue Origin. That's Jeff Bezos's. Pew. Oh, did you hear that? That Blue Origin is going to beat them too. It's like Blue Origin, you're not even going to beat anyone to the moon. All right.
Question, random. Yep, semi-relevant. We know that Elon sent his Tesla to Mars. Has
Yeah.
it made it
Yeah.
yet?
I think so.
I
It's
don't
been more
know.
than a year.
I think it takes
It's
18 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check.
So
Did
Nobody
Thank you
knows.
away.
6.
Tesla make it to Mars? Starman driving
how many-
space. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. It's Starman.
Okay, it made its first close approach to Mars on Wednesday, and this was posted October 8th, 2020.
Okay.
I'm
So
our
he
fact
just
checker.
made it to the Mars area.
Mhm.
So how many commercial airlines use the Beijing planes?
The Boeing.
Boeing, thank you. I don't know. Why.
They're the majority. Like they're the biggest name in commercial airlines.
Mhm.
For sure. Just a lot of different countries have a lot of different standards when it comes to airline craft. In Indonesia, in particular, where this happened, is kind of has like a bad reputation for aviation safety in general. During the day that the crash happened, it was it was raining out, and usually that type of model of plane wouldn't have been used because it's like a really wide cabin. But it was still used. So officials are saying that there was nothing wrong with the plane, but given the weather, it probably shouldn't have been used anyway. But that's like another thing. It's just like, why even have it? I mean, weather can happen at any time. Yes, we can plan as much as we can. We have flight paths coordinated, but I mean, safety should be your priority.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I guess when you break it down, do you, like you're saying, is Boeing, I don't know, liable for that plane? I mean, if it's 26 years old, if they sold it 26 years ago, is that a bad name on Boeing for that plane going down?
think so. I honestly, I'm not sure if it's even has to do with the aircraft in general. Like, we don't know those details yet. We don't have the black box.
Mhm.
But at the same token, like, it's just bad timing for Boeing in general.
Yeah.
I haven't even like looked at their stocks or anything like that to see what's been going on the last couple of days. But I can't imagine that it's been good. And I can only imagine like their leadership's like, oh my God, what a PR nightmare. In addition to, people dying. I think I saw there were 7 children and 4 babies aboard that flight, which is awful.
So I'm looking at their stock for today. It looks like it rose a little bit, but when was the crash announced?
The 9th.
The 9th?
2 days ago.
Yeah, that's when their stock tanked. Went from what was the number? 210 to 200.
No, that's not that bad. That's not tanking.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
It is a
We'll
pretty
see.
big drop though.
About 5 to 4%. Yeah, you can
Mhm.
recover that in 2 days or so. That's not terrible.
Only shall see. More information. It's just like crazy. Like that. Remember that Malaysian plane that went missing? And then, this one, like the whole hot news was like, the plane is missing. The plane is missing. And then, when they finally have conditions to go search, it was like literally right off the coast. So I wonder what happened.
So I heard
I don't know what happened to the Malaysian plane.
I was listening to a video earlier about that. They kind of had an idea of where to search when local fishermen started reporting explosions just off the coast. So that I think that's how they were able to recover pretty quickly.
Yeah, whatever happened to the Malaysian plane? Did we ever find out where it went?
We never
I
found
don't
out.
think they ever found it.
They have speculation that it crashed, but we never. No
It
one
was
ever
abducted
found.
by aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, straight through the Bermuda Triangle. That's where aliens like to hang out.
So when we start wrapping it up, I have a question for y'all.
Well, we're about time right now. So what's your question?
So do y'all believe, and chat can answer this too, do y'all believe there's alien life?
Here, I'll create a poll.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes, aliens have to absolutely exist. We can't be the only
So what I
beings out
just
there.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I looked at Shiner, right? And I was like, Shiner is an entire, like a dog is their own form of life. If you think about it, they're their own being, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why are you telling me, like, we already know that there's multiple different forms of life here on the earth, and you're going to tell me there's not any other forms of life in the universe? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Agreed.
Well, the
It's-
CIA has confirmed that aliens exist, and people
They
I'm
do
thinking about
exist.
that, right? When you said that, I was like, okay, that clicked another thing. The Galactic Federation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The crazy theory. Well, what if they were waiting until we all just like accepted that aliens were just a thing? Like, yeah, there's other beings out there. Like they were just waiting till the human race got to that point. And are we at that point?
Well, there's this whole
Is that why they're
theory.
declassifying?
There's this whole
Ooh,
theory.
are you about to talk about the Fermi Paradox?
Yes. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes. So
Go ahead.
imagine being on a highway, okay? So you're on a highway, you're driving
You do it.
you're driving a car, and you're just doing your thing. And then on the side of the highway, maybe there's like an anthill. Do you and your car care about that anthill? No, right? Because like we are in a car on the highway. Well, the Fermi Paradox says it's equivalent to that situation. So aliens or a being or some form of life is on the highway and we're the anthill because we're not quite there yet in space travel. Which is really interesting. It like really puts it in perspective, I think.
Like wait until that anthill shoots a little rocket at you, and then you'll notice.
Yeah, and you'd be like,
oh right, no, like you're right. Like you don't notice ants right? Until they bite you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
sorry.
if
sorry,
we-
Alan, I know that you were excited to talk about that.
No, that's fine. That's
If
fine.
we're going to Mars, is that going to open up a can of worms?
It could.
Yeah, I hope
That's why we
so.
have Space Force now.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
our
they named
5th
them
form of
Guardians.
defense.
Honestly, like, why are we creating a space force unless there's a need for them, huh? So that's the other thing. While our current president leaves and our new president comes in, do y'all want him to declassify a bunch of stuff?
Nah, I want my
If he's able
vaccine. Let's
to.
go.
I
For
want to
us who
know:
don't
are
want the
aliens real?
vaccine.
Like,
The Pentagon
as
has
free as
confirmed
Trump
that
is with his
they're-
Twitter account, or was, I should say.
was. If only, maybe that's why Twitter and Facebook and them banned him, because he tried to leak it and they already censored it. And he's like, "You won't stop me." Because
One could hope.
Mark Zuckerberg's either an android or a lizard person.
Nah.
I feel that, like, not only does Star Wars need to be a constant topic that we have on hand, but we also just need general space talk as a topic on hand, because we always get to space no matter what.
It's either
Right.
Star Wars
The last
related
frontier.
or, something else.
So since we're talking about Star Wars,
God damn it.
did y'all see
Wanna-
the leak today
No.
No, what was the leak?
that Overlord DVD pretty much confirmed that they're going to use the Veil of the Force to rewrite the Disney trilogy?
Good. I'm happy.
Good.
He was
Those-
right about everything about Skywalker. His insider leaked everything to him, and he was right on every
Jeez.
aspect. So, is his insider leaking correct again?
See?
I mean, whatever they come up
Alan.
with, I'm excited to see it. As long as it's better than the sequels, because the sequels, other than, reinvigorating the Star Wars franchise and bringing new people to the fandom. No. Hold on. I'm only talking about bringing new people to the franchise. Other than that, the sequel sucked. You can throw them out. I don't care. I'm not buying those Blu-rays. I'm not buying those DVDs. If they come in a box set, I'm throwing the movies out. Maybe I haven't
I
decided.
already have them, so it is what it is. But I am excited
the
to
things
get
that you don't talk about,
Cards
right?
Against Disney. So
I am very excited about
Snickers,
that. I'm excited to play
Snickers,
that.
Snickers
We
said
need Muggles
again.
Against Humanity as well.
did y'all read any of the reviews for that game?
For which one?
Mm-mm.
Like, people are upset. They were like, "This isn't a friendly game," and like all this.
Wait,
And
Did
so
you ever
people
play
were,
Cards Against Humanity?
yeah, right. And so people were getting all mad in the reviews. And then so I was reading, and I found one. They go, "Yeah, this isn't really appropriate for kids, but if you're just drinking with your friends, it's perfect." I was like, "Yep, we're."
Bye.
I did. Like, I saw it. I bought it within 5 minutes because I was like, Disney's gonna shut this down real quick.
I need
Because
to buy
one of
it.
the cards I read, it was like Ursula something, and then it was like because of Hercules's big ass penis or something.
I saw
I
Donald's
wouldn't say
dick.
it's been around for a few years.
Donald's dick.
Donald's dick.
You saw it? Was
I
it big? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I don't know.
So are you
Yeah.
confused?
About.
Do you need to
No.
talk to
I'm talking about
Marco?
I'm talking about the white card. Talking about the white card. I was looking on the website to buy the box set, and I saw one of the cards was Donald's dick. I laughed a little. That was it.
I think he's backtracking.
Sad
now.
about is that they're red cards, so you can't really like easily mix them in with your existing Cards Against Humanity cards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could.
If they put the template online, you could print your own to make it look. Because Cards Against Humanity, they have all of their cards online where you can just download the PDF and print them.
Mm-hmm.
So you print
Mm.
Cards Against Humanity on red cards and problem solved.
Hold
There
on.
you go.
Extreme. There is a Cards Against Disney game that you can buy right now? Or are you referring to the fact that you can download all the Cards Against Humanity cards and print them yourself? You can even get like
Or
blank
are you
black and white
referring to the
cards.
fact that Alan was just like, I saw Donald's penis, and then we went on like, or Donald's dick, and then we went on like a little thing about him enjoying it?
I didn't enjoy it. I was like, eh.
He meant that he saw the card.
And
While
on
we
that
have
note-
Extreme, guys, let's wind it down and let's sing Extreme happy birthday. Happy 30th birthday, Extreme. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being part of the community. We
Mhm.
love you.
Wait, how are we gonna sing this? Just normal?
Ready?
Yeah.
Just normal.
Just
Ready?
normal.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Extreme. Happy birthday
Happy birthday to you.
to you.
That was terrible, guys. We should have rehearsed that.
I'm so glad we did
I
it.
feel like
Frost.
we all just sung our individual Hogwarts song.
In
The problem is we're all in the same
Yeah.
house in Hogwarts, so it wouldn't really matter.
He said it was beautiful. Yeah. Clip it. If you don't clip it, I'll make sure to grab one tonight when I start editing. But real quick, guys, the votes are back. We got 5 votes for yes, absolutely, there are aliens. Yeah, that's all.
The CIA put out all of their stuff.
should be raid, guys.
confirming it.
I was just thinking that. Who should we raid
Who
tonight?
should we raid? Does anyone in chat have a suggestion?
No, we should let
new people send new people too.
Yeah. I was gonna say we should
Let's
let the
say-
birthday boy decide, but yeah.
Yeah, Extreme. Pick somebody new, and we will raid that person for you.
Yeah. But in the meantime, do you guys want to plug the stuff we got going on this week?
Yep.
We got things.
So I'll let Jerks go first because theirs coming up sooner.
So this week,
Wednesday, we're gonna be streaming. Go ahead, Alan.
No.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go. I'm distracted on something else real quick.
Okay, fine. So this week on Tuesday, I will be streaming some more Breath of the Wild. But the more important thing, this Wednesday, we are having Norkla, and we're coming back with Circle of Jerks for the 2021 edition. So we're going to have an awesome time this year. We're going to bring in some new personalities. It's going to be fucking great. And we're starting with Norkla. He is an awesome Filipino Minecraft streamer. He says he calls himself the most boring streamer, but he's quite entertaining. If you're not following him, I would recommend you go. Yeah, he's the nicest dude. So let me just do a quick shout out for Norkla.
If Extreme doesn't suggest anybody, I dropped a suggestion if you want it. So
okay, cool.
Extreme is suggesting Prez of the Castle.
All right, we can do that. Prez.
On Thursday, Keelan will be streaming. Right? You're doing it this Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And then I will be streaming Thursday nights. And on Friday, you heard has book club. We are going to be discussing Sharp Objects, a book by Gillian Finn, the writer of Gone Girl. And it's also a show on HBO. So if reading's not your thing, check out the show. It's about 8 episodes. Ethan has thoughts. We're excited to hear his thoughts as a book club member.
I am.
Thanks for the bid,
one.
Bookstream.
Oh, thank you for those biddies, those 500 bits.
Try to beat me. I actually read the books, yo. Me no read, and me listen to the books.
Hey, that's
We love
still,
audio.
that's still reading.
We listened to it on our way to and from East Texas.
Nice.
I like how it's extreme.
If you'd like to join our book,
Right.
Yeah. If you would like to join our book club, I posted the link in chat. And if you are listening to this on your favorite podcasting service, it's just go to www.officialmillennials.com and select the You Heard Book Club page.
Woo woo.
And that's it for me.
Nice.
Quick question. D&D, is that still going on the 16th, or did that get moved?
Me?
Yeah.
So our Discord exclusive D&D game will be starting January 23rd.
23rd, my bad.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing every other Saturday. Let's see, I want to say, what did I put it? Oh, initiative. It's no initiative.
INI initiative. INIATIVE.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, there you go. I missed a T.
So I'm really excited to get into that with my players. We're going to be doing the Lost Mines of Delver, which we going through with we still need to get through so that we can go on to our next segment, and then we can start rolling that and stream and get a feel on it.
All right, guys. Well,
great question, Extreme.
Thank you for being here, guys. You guys make sure to spam all those raid buttons. Have a good night.
This is an official Millennials production.